Welcome back, everybody, back with a video. Today we're going to be talking about things you should not be doing in Bleach Bracelet. Let's get right into it. Let's start off with the summon tab specifically, because summons, everyone loves summon. Who does not love to summon, right? So let's get right into it. Now, there's two banners here that you should not be summoning on. Technically three, but we'll get right into it. So, never ever summon on this premium banner, and never summon on any character selections. Now, unless they're your favorite character, go for it, but even at that, I still don't think it's worth it because there is not a single guaranteed step on this character selection. Now, if there was guaranteed steps, sure, maybe I'll say, oh, go summon if they're your favorite characters, right? Let's say you only care for Yoruichi and you want to summon this banner. If I was the Yoruichi only step, I would summon if there was actual steps on this banner. Not having any steps, you are just playing with fire. So, I do not recommend anyone to really summon on character selection or the premium summons, especially the premium summons, because they are in the BBS tickets, which you can farm from point events, you can farm them from epic raids. Those are the main two areas where you will be getting Bleach Bracelet tickets. So, do not summon on this. Trust me, it's definitely not worth it, especially if you could get them from other areas, from BBS tickets. Now, let's talk about the next topic. The next topic is going to be extremely important because I see this a lot, even in myself included. So, do not chase units or for 5-5. Now, this game is extremely free to play. Now, the only reason why you are going to be summoning for 5-5 units, in my opinion, is you either want to go for the flex, getting the purple numbers whenever it does pop up. Whenever, I guess, there it is. So whenever you do go for 5-5s, I'm assuming you want them 5-5 for the purple flex, they're your favorite unit, or you care for GQ. Other than those three reasons, 1-5 unit is fine, right? A 1-5 unit is more than enough, especially in this game, because the content hasn't really gotten harder, right? So even if you have them 1-5, they're more than likely enough. I do chase units. I am a content creator, keep that in mind, right? So there are things I do for content, right? I do for fun. So, and I do make a lot of new accounts, then I give them away, right? So you do keep in mind. But I see a lot of people going deep in the banner, going for the 5-5. Trust me, they will return. Do not try to copy the content creators because, trust me, we're going to spend money, or we're doing it for content, one or the other, right? Or we like the characters, right? We do like the characters with you. So, be extremely careful. I don't want to recommend. If you have step 26 on the 1,000-year blower banner, right now is a good example to talk about this. So, you do see we have Candace, Bambietta, 5-5. And guess what? I made a video a couple days ago saying I went to step 25, right? And guess what? Candace was 3-5 and Bambietta was 4-5. And guess what happened? I went deeper. I went back in the banner. I got lucky. I got extremely lucky, right? I flipped the coin for like 6 more steps, and we did get all of them 5-5. Now, do I recommend most people to go past step 25, let alone? No, don't do that. Trust me. Do not go past step 25. Do not try to chase units 5-5 unless you are ready to get, unless you're ready to burn a lot of orbs. Keep that in mind, right? It's very, very, I don't want to say expensive, but it just comes down to luck, right? You could burn 10,000 orbs and get 1 copy. If you've seen my luck in terms of individual banners, you will see that my luck on individuals is terrible. I spent about 13,000 orbs for 1 Yamamoto on anniversary on his individual banner. We spent about 6,000 orbs on my friend's account. Didn't get a single Toshiro on the individual. So do keep in mind, if you are trying to chase a unit, I do recommend to at least put a cap on your orbs. If you put a cap on your orbs, you're going to be extremely fine on your orb count, especially if you are a newer account or if you are a newer player, because you have a crap ton of orb sources if you are a new player or / new account. You trust me, you get a lot, and if you do everything every single month, you get about 2,000 orbs, and if you just do, let's just say, 2 steps here and there, you're going to have a net profit of about, what, maybe 1,500 orbs a month? That's very, very good. But I do recommend to limit yourself in terms of summonings. Do not try to chase a unit. Unless they're your favorite character, go for it, right? But when it comes to 5-5s, you don't really need it. I'll be real honest, right? You don't really need it. Unless you care for GQ. The only reason you care for dupes is going to be, another reason is mainly for GQ. In Guild Quest, if you don't know what Guild Quest is basically where guilds can fight against each other in terms of scores. Now, of course, it depends if you care for GQ. If you don't care for GQ and you only care for the clear, then you're fine. Trust me, 1-5 is good enough. But if you care for, like, if you want to go try hard in BBS, if that's the term, I'm pretty sure it is the term. If you want to go for S League, surprising look with Strawberries in first place. Only my guild, only because no one else has done GQ, right? We've done, everyone in Strawberry has finished a guild quest, so we are technically first. If you don't know, that is my guild with my main account. So, again, that's the only reasons I can really see 5/5s. GQ purposes, or you like the units a lot. Those are the two options, right? Next, again, since we are in the inventory, another area I do want to talk about. There's a lot to talk about, especially in this character box. So, at rarity, any new unit you get, please max them out for orbs. I've seen this in the past. I've seen this happen a lot still to this day, especially if you are a newer player. Please make sure to take the unit to max them out. Level 100 for a 5-star, level 150 for a 6-star, and then 150 again after you do resurrect them. So do keep that in mind. Do max out the units. So basically, a normal unit that releases nowadays, you get about 125 orbs. 50 for the 5-star, 75 for the 6-star, but if they have a resurrection, so you'll get 50 orbs for the 5-star, 75 orbs for the 6-star, and then you'll get another 75 orbs for the resurrection. So therefore, you are getting about 200 orbs from a single resurrection unit, which is phenomenal. So that is Ichigo here, he's worth 200 orbs. But if you go all the way up here to this Byakuya, he's only worth 150 orbs. But do make sure to max him out before you do get rid of them. Even though I do recommend most people, if you have a dupe of them, save one dupe. So right here I do have 3 hollow bells, right? I'm gonna save 2 hollow bells, and then I'm gonna feed 1 hollow bell into the other hollow bell, right? That's another nice thing for you to do. Also, another thing that I've seen a lot of people do. Now, I don't really want to recommend people summon on the accessory banner. Main reason being is because it's 5%. It's actually pretty good. This comes down to you, in my opinion, but I really advise against it unless you have had terrible farming throughout, let's say, a couple months, maybe even a year or so, or if you're missing just that one accessory, go for it. But normally, I don't really recommend you summon this accessory banner. Unless you are well, then go for it, right? But lastly, let's talk about this. This is extremely important because I've seen this a lot. I've always seen this a lot over the, what, year or so, or almost 2 years, right? Since I've came back to BBS. So, do not try to replicate my X 100 millions, 1 billion point grind. You don't need to farm that much. I gotta say it because I get a lot of questions, or I just see stuff. Oh, it's farming 50 million good. Should I copy you? Go for 1 billion. I'm gonna say this right now. Do not try to copy my numbers. Keep in mind, right? It's a lot of orbs. You are burning a lot of orbs. But keep in mind, I'm making new accounts every couple months, maybe even a year or so. It depends on how I'm feeling, especially when it comes to BBS. Sometimes it's dry, sometimes it's good. Sometimes I'm lucky, sometimes I'm not lucky. So I gotta say it now. If you want to, go for it. I think it is the biggest increase in your account that you will see. I've documented so many times. I've done it over and over and over. And I can confidently say the point event is the best thing in the game to farm. Now, I'm going to say this right now, even 100 million is good enough, 50 million is good enough. You don't need to copy me and try to farm 500 million, 1 billion. Now, of course, if you want to make a new account, go for it. Sure, all to you. It is your orbs. You're the one that has the orbs. If you run down to 0, you're the one buying more orbs, or it's your account, so keep in mind, right? But I got to say that because I see a lot of questions saying 50 mil good, this good, this good. Trust me, that is good. Anything is good. As long as you are farming a point event, trying to farm as much as you can, it's good enough. You don't need to farm as much as I do. You really don't have to. But other than that, that's pretty much the main things, in my opinion, that you should not be doing in BBS. There really isn't that many things, you know. BBS has gotten better over time, especially removing a lot of stuff that they could bait you in terms of, like, using orbs on the soul tree. Don't do that either, but they got rid of that, so you can't do it no more. So, but that's pretty much the things I did want to talk about. There are some other little things, niche things I could mention, saying like, don't miss out on the orbs in Epic Raid. So you go over here, Metal Exchange, don't miss out on the orbs. I could say that, I'm talking about it now, so I might as well. Don't miss out on these orbs, but I think that's completely different compared to what the video is basically telling you not to do, right? So, but other than that, though, I just want to really talk about this. So those are some very, very important things to really mention, and I get a lot of questions mainly about those. Those are the main questions I see, or those are the main comments I see in terms of point event farming, going this amount of orbs for not even for one unit, I've seen some people sell units without maxing them out. So those are, in my opinion, the four or most couple of things that we just mentioned are very, very important. I do want people to know that. But other than that, though, thanks for watching the video. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you guys later on. Peace out.